Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm just going to show you how to prepare material from sample books. Now what I do is I go to my local curtain shop and I ask if they've got any pattern books, sample books that they're not using anymore, that might be out of date, and I put a donation in their charity box and come away with some amazing fabrics. And you can do so many things with these. You can do quilts, you can do little bags, teddy bears, toys, little children's dresses. There's just so much you can do, and they all correspond generally in sort of patterns and colours, and they're just a great thing to upcycle, and it saves them going to landfill or anything like that. They're a brilliant project, starter piece, especially for children. They're just fab things. I just love sample books. So go into your local curtain shop and just see what they say. So I've taken these out of the sample books already, and then you need to iron the paper areas and then just get more heat on that one. I've got the iron just on cotton or just underneath the maximum, so not quite on full heat, but as I've got a cotton material, that's okay. So always just check what your material will stand, but as hot as your material will stand. Now this just melts the glue. Each pattern material book is slightly different and made by a different manufacturer, so some are different to others. This glue actually is quite tacky when it is hot. So you also, after you've taken your paper bits off your sample fabric, you'll need to just put that aside on a pile with some others and just let that cool down. So I've popped that on a pile behind me, and then when they come out of the sample books, they are sort of like stuck together, so just pull them apart and then do the same again. Iron your paper pieces off first. A bit of heat for this just to melt and then they just peel off. And if you've ever used sample books before, I mean, they are one of my favourites, you'll know how difficult it is to get this paper off. And in the past I've literally resorted to just cutting round here and using the inside section of the material, but since I've came across this little trick, it is brilliant because I can use so much more of the material. So literally just iron your pieces off and it just peels away. I mean, amazing, absolutely amazing. And as you can see, and if you've ever peeled this stuff off before, you'll know just how much of a nightmare it is. And to see it in whole long pieces like this, amazing. It's a thing of beauty. So there we go. You just then let everything cool down. And there's some I've done earlier here. I'll show you these ones. So next, depending on what type of book it is you've taken out of, a lot will have little marks on from either staples or from sort of like little screws that have gone through. Now those holes on the material you can't use, so it's best when preparing your material to remove these, cut them off, so when you come to use it later on, you don't accidentally put your pattern piece over one of the holes, which will ruin your final piece of whatever you're making. So in preparing your fabric from these sample books, just cut that top hem bit off from where it was in the sample book, or where there's nail holes, staple holes, and then that's done like that. It's all done. Now that piece of fabric is ready to go in my fabric pile to use for later. I will do the same with this one here. This one also has as you can see, a strip of glue along the top, and sometimes it's just not easy to get those things off from where the staples have been or the glue has been. So just cut the tops of those off. Now you do this after you've taken the paper off, because obviously you don't want to use your fabric scissors to also cut through the paper that was on the back of your material samples. So there you go, that's how to prepare your material from the sample books. Now that's all ready for me to place patterns on or do what I like with. I hope you've enjoyed my video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more DIYs. Thanks for watching.